heavens. It's total chaos.
Oh, that's why we needed you, Kim, to keep us in order.
Yes, well, you needn't think I'm going to spend all my time tidying up after you.
We'd never think that, would we, Chris?
I'm not so sure. Good morning, Frank Tate and Son. Yes, he is in. Hold on, I'll put you through. Worthington's for you, Chris.
Oh, right. Hello?
I hadn't quite taken it on board, you know. You really did mean turn it into an office.
I'm sorry, love. It is a bit all over the place, isn't it?
It is. So the first thing we're going to do is organise it properly.
I told you she was the best there is.
Tea's ready, Nick.
Oh, no, no time. This morning, of all mornings, the papers were delayed. I was late on my round. Can't afford to be late for the Tates.
You can't keep on doing 2 jobs, Nick.
Yeah, well, I won't have to much longer.
Oh, dear.
Hi, Mum. What are you doing round so early?
I had a letter from Auntie Margaret this morning.
Oh, that's nice.
Morning, Caroline. Morning. She wants to know whether you've set the date yet. And I was wondering what I should tell her.
What date?
Elsa.
Just tell her we haven't.
Well, don't you think you should?
We've been through all this, Mum. We're going to wait until Alice is old enough to enjoy it as well.
Well, what about the christening?
What about it?
Well, you are going to have her christened, aren't you?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, of course we are.
Well, then you've got to get wed first.
No, we don't.
I think Elsa's right about that, Elizabeth. You've got to get married first. Well, I'll ask the curate, shall I?
If you must.
Yeah, but it doesn't make much difference, does it? Because we can't afford to get married.
Well, I'm sure your mother and I could help out. We're not talking about anything lavish.
I'm talking about not having a job. Things like weddings and christenings will just have to take a back seat for the time being.
So what's happening tonight? What are we doing?
I've already said I don't know. We've just got to rendezvous.
Well, can't you ask them? Can't you find out?
They're hardly likely to tell me. I mean, I could be anyone. For all they know, I could be the press or the police.
Makes me really nervous diving into unknown like this. We could be heading for big trouble.
Don't come then.
Listen, if you're going, so am I.
You'll be careful, won't you?
Me? The animal rights lot should be telling to be careful, playing stupid games.
It's not stupid. It's the only way we can get anyone to take any notice.
Seems like they care more about animals than people, if you ask me.
Michael, if you're gonna go on, I'd rather you just not come. I should never have told you.
Don't worry, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Somebody's got to tell us what's going on. The situation's getting ridiculous.
But haven't they said anything yet?
Oh, I've not seen anyone to ask.
Well, what about Kim? You usually have a chat with her first thing, don't you?
Nothing. I don't know about you, Nick, but I'm getting sick and tired of this. I couldn't sleep last night for thinking about it. I've had enough.
Morning, Dolly. Nick?
It's all right, I'm just going.
No, hang on. I could use both of you. I need some furniture shifting.
Furniture?
Yeah, I've had a table delivered and I need it bringing through to the sitting room. Maybe you and Nick could do that while I organise getting the extra phones.
No.
Pardon?
No, not until someone tells us what's going on.
We're turning the sitting room into the office. I thought you knew.
But what about us?
What about you?
You're selling the yard. You're laying off all the staff. So what's going to happen to us?
Right, I'll be back in a couple of hours. I'll stop off at the fish and game farm first. Always assuming there still is one, of course.
Fingers crossed. You're doing the right thing by going to see Mr. Tate, you know.
Yeah. Yes, but to be put in this position, to be so totally powerless, it's really frustrating. All my hard work being put at risk.
Yes, Alan.
Oh, well, not forgetting your contribution too, my dear.
Good luck. Oh, hello, Mr. Charlton. Elizabeth Feldman. I was wondering if you could spare a few moments this morning.
I never discussed it with you because it's nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with us. We're losing our jobs and you're saying it is nothing to do with us.
What are you talking about?
You're laying off all your staff, aren't you?
Yeah, you're going bust, bankrupt, having to sell up.
So don't you think it's time you told us what's happening to us and when?
Obviously, you both need an explanation.
Too right.
Because you're both barking completely up the wrong tree. The company is not going bankrupt and nobody is being sacked from Home Farm.
But I thought...
You thought wrong, Nick.
So I've still got my job?
Yes. The haulage company is, well, experiencing difficulties. We're having to retrench a little. but there is no question of any bankruptcy.
Oh, good. Well, if there's anything we can do to help.
There'll be plenty. Over the next few weeks, we're all going to have to muck in. Do what's needed.
I don't mind working hard.
Fine. There is just one thing, though. I'd be grateful if you said absolutely nothing to anybody outside of Home Farm. We don't want rumours starting, do we?
No, no, of course not.
Alan wanted a word, Frank.
So, how can I help you?
It's Alice's christening.
Oh, yes. I was just thinking how to go and see them to sort out the arrangements.
But we need to make the arrangements for the wedding first, don't we?
Oh, great. They're thinking of getting married in church, are they?
No, it's not that.
Oh. Oh, well, never mind. We can still do the christening.
But shouldn't they be married first, before you christen Alice?
Well, obviously, I'd prefer it if they were, but it's not necessary. It's Alice that's being christened.
I thought you'd insist that they should be married first.
Well, like I say, Mrs. Feldman, I'd prefer it if they were, but it's up to them. I can't make them.
But you do agree with me that the right and proper way is for them to get married first and then have the christening?
Well, I suppose so.
Good. I'll tell them then. Wedding first, christening later.
Look, I'm sorry, Alan, but it's none of your business.
Well, I'm sorry too, Frank, but I think it is. If you're going bankrupt...
Oh, not you two. When I find out who started these rumours, the whole of Beckendale is on a red alert.
Well, I don't know about the rest of Beckendale, but if your investment in the fish farm's in danger, I need to know.
If the writing was on the wall, don't you think I would have had you up here pronto and told you what was going on?
Well, something's going on which you're not telling me about.
Because it's nothing to do with you, that's why. But as you're here, I'll tell you. The haulage operation is having problems, but I don't anticipate slippage anywhere else.
I'm very pleased to hear it. Now, is there anything else that I can do?
Yes, there is one thing you can do. Just to prove that I'm not on my uppers, here's a cheque for £200. Buy your regulars a drink on opening night and tell all and sundry that it's on the Tates.
Thank you, Frank. That's very generous of you.
It'll be worth every penny if it'll stop these blasted rumours.
Oh, come in. Good morning.
Is Elsa about?
She's just taking the baby for a walk.
Oh, well, never mind. I'll come back later.
Oh, before you go, is it all right if I have a word? Sit down. It's about Nick and Elsa.
Oh, yes.
I think we ought to be making plans for the christening.
And for the wedding too, no doubt.
Well, I don't think they want to get married yet.
Oh, you don't think they should get married first? Before the christening?
You think they should, then?
Well, of course, I would prefer it if they did get married first.
I see.
But it's up to them.
So you don't mind?
It's Alice that's important.
Exactly. Good. So I can tell Nick and Elsa that you're quite happy to christen Alice before they're married.
Well, I told him straight, Henry. He'd be mad to sell off the fish and game farm.
Really?
Yes, I mean, strictly between you and I, it's the only part of the Tate operation that makes money. The first rule of business, don't sell off your best assets.
Quite.
Anyway, it's just as well. Got Gary Lippman coming over from the brewery. I don't want him smelling unease in the ranks.
Oh, quite.
Well, thank you for your concern.
Oh, I'm off to see Tony Charlton and have a look at the church records.
Seth Armstrong's a Verney. I'll eat my hat.
I shouldn't speak too soon if I were you. Looks to me as if there might be something in what Amos says. Oh, good morning, Eric.
Henry. It's looking cheerful.
Morning, Eric. Oh, Eric. Feast your eyes on that. Drinks on the Tates, opening night at the pub.
Take more than a few drinks to sort my problems out.
Charlie ain't asking after you.
Yes, no thanks to you. Got £2 to find and smartish.
Well, sell something.
Sell something? What have I got that's going to realise 2,000 quid?
Well, sell your car.
Oh, talk sense. The car's part of my job.
Well, if you manage, take a bus, go by taxi, buy a bike.
Oh, very funny. It's out of the question. My car is an important part of my job. Essential.
Well, if you don't come up with that money, it sounds as if you won't have a job.
How much? Have you got to put your prices up again?
Just taking your advice.
When customers suggest a price rise, we're only too willing to oblige.
Wouldn't mind if it were a decent pint.
He's right there, Ernie.
How would you know? You only drink brown ale.
Ah, you must keep that bit of you and all.
If you don't like it, you know what you can do.
Oh, come now, gents.
They've come in here, insulting me staff, complaining about me beer. I'll be glad to see the back of them.
Feeling mutual.
Yes, that's most impressive, Gary.
Yeah, well, since we're reopening at Easter, we thought we'd schedule an Easter theme.
Yes, this makes sense.
Yeah, we thought so. So, now the only question is, are you going to be ready on time?
Oh, that won't be any problem. We're right up to schedule.
The centrepiece of the event is going to be a large Easter egg. And then, at the appropriate moment, the mystery celebrity is going to jump out.
Mystery celebrity? Who's that going to be?
Well, best to keep it under wraps at the moment, Alan, you know, until we get confirmation. But I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Suffice to say, we've approached one or two big names, you know, TV personalities, sports stars, that sort of thing, and the comeback's been very, very encouraging, actually.
Oh, I shall look forward to that.
Yeah, which, like I say, Alan, we'll do our bit, you do your bit.
What did they say?
Nothing much. Just meet them at 8 o'clock and don't be late.
Well, did you ask about Michael?
No, it didn't seem to be the right moment. They'll be all right.
I hope so. But they still didn't say where we're going?
No. They seemed to be a bit annoyed that I was asking, so I didn't press. Right, we'll pick you up at 7:30.
Right, yeah.
Oh, come on, Archie, you're not going to let me down.
No, it's just, well, it's a bit different when you're actually going to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, make no mistake. We're pushing the boat out on this one, Alan. And the brewery top brass will all be out in force.
Well, they'll be well looked after, rest assured, Gary.
Well, I'll see you on the big day, if not before.
Right. It'll be a day to remember.
Gonna get out my soul, Mr. Turner. Most of us gave me squitters.
Squitters?
Only Shuttleworth's beer. Go straight through you.
You know, they always say you should never judge a book by its cover. In your case, a truer word has never been spoken.
If you say so, Mr. Turner.
You would have thought that just a touch of class would have broken through. The merest speck.
What are you on about?
Heritage, Seth. The bloodline. Passed from father to son. Although in your case...
Yes, the number's still the same. All right. Thanks. Bye. Oh, just ringing around letting people know we're still in business.
Well, I'm impressed.
Oh, there's lots to do yet. Haven't sorted the files out properly. Here. What do you think?
What is it?
A note to all our customers giving them our new address.
What about the extra telephones?
They'll be in tomorrow.
Well, I'm sorry, Kim. That's just not good enough.
Well, you'll just have to make do, won't you?
I told Dad, I warned him.
Now, look here.
If you carry on like this, there won't be anything left for me to do except twiddle my thumbs.
So it meets with your approval, kind sir.
It most certainly does. I thought we'd be fighting like cat and dog.
You and I, Chris. Whatever gave you that idea?
No, I thought it might be our downfall, all stuck in the same room together.
Oh, well. Just goes to show the old saying's right.
What's that?
When the rest of the world's against you, the family sticks together.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Tell you, if you get those letters off, I'll put the coffee on.
All right. Thanks. I won't be long.
I know he said we'd all have to muck in, but I didn't think he meant it literally.
Hey, don't worry, you're doing okay.
Oh, thank you. I wouldn't mind if we could concentrate on one thing at a time. I mean, as soon as we start a job, he asks us to drop everything and then do another one.
Yeah, I suppose we should be grateful we've still got jobs.
Oh, I know I am. Still, you're better off now, aren't you? In charge of the stables.
I'm not so sure. Hardly running things, is it? I mean, mucking out, it's stable hand stuff.
Oh, thanks a bunch. I certainly know my place. However, once the business gets back on an even keel, you'll still be...
Yeah, mucking out. I don't mind that, really. It's just that they all assume we'll fit in with their plans. It's so easy for them.
Yeah, I don't think they mean anything by it. They're just thoughtless. Kim's all right.
Yeah, I know. Be nice to be taken a bit more seriously, though, as if what I thought was important.
Hi. How's it going?
Fine.
Good. I want one of you to run these down to the post office in Houghton. Make sure they go tonight. And the other one to make some sandwiches for us all.
Right.
Perhaps I'll leave these on the hall table for you.
I've been talking to your mothers. Or should I say they've been talking to me.
That means trouble.
Well, not so much trouble as confusion.
Same thing.
So I thought the best thing to do would be to come round and ask you what you want to do.
What about?
Well, about Alice's christening. And your wedding.
What have they been saying to you?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not quite sure, but whatever I seem to say, they seem to think I'd say the opposite. But all I want to say is that it's just completely up to you.
You mean you don't mind if we have Alice christened before we get married?
No, like I say, it's just up to you. Great. And I'd be pleased to give you any help you require.
Well, we want to do it all properly.
Good. Just let me know when. We'd better let your mothers know what your plans are.
Easier said than done.
I'm sure they mean well.
Oh, you see, well, they're having a little private war. One says one thing and then the other one immediately disagrees. We're just caught on the crossfire.
Well, in that case, it sounds like a stern talking to is necessary.
Yeah, that's easier said than done, too.
Well, just remember, it's your wedding and it's your daughter's christening. Good luck.
Alan, how do you want it? Fried or roasted?
Beg your pardon?
Your hat. You're about to eat it. You said you would eat your hat if Seth turned out to be a Verney. Amos was quite right about those church records. I went up to have a gossip with Annie this afternoon.
Well, I still don't believe it, Henry.
And she thinks there might be something in it. Oh, good evening, Eric.
I wondered if I could use your phone, old
Yeah,
boy.
of course. What's up?
Oh, just want to ring for a taxi.
Has your car broken down?
No.
Run out of petrol?
No.
Oh, you decided to take my advice?
Yes, I did.
Well, that's £2,000 in the bank. No more worries.
Hardly.
What, did Neil Jalopy get the right price?
1,700, if you must know.
Only £300 to find.
The dealer didn't believe my mileage.
Oh, you wound the clock back too far.
If that's all you have to say, I'd rather you didn't bother.
It's the best way of keeping fit, Eric. A little gentle walking. I keep meaning to do the same thing to myself, not rely on the car.
It's not funny. I'll just ring for a taxi and go, all right?
Anything to oblige, old boy.
It's good news about the fish ram, isn't it? Oh, Alan was very pleased.
Yeah. Tony Charlton came round. He says you've been talking to him about Alice.
And Nick's news. Oh, I don't know what we would have done if the Tates had let him go. I did mention it.
More than that.
I just wanted to find out what he thought was the right thing.
No, you were interfering.
I was helping Elsa. Well, someone's got to be thinking ahead. Weddings don't just happen, love. It's not done by mirrors.
Mum, will you stop,
planning
please, and listen?
Well, I'm listening.
Nick and I are not getting married yet. Alice will be christened first.
I see. You're doing what Caroline Bates says.
No, we're doing what we say. And now you've mentioned her, it's about time peace broke out. Look, I know you're upset she's staying with us, but that's silly. She's a great help with the baby.
I've seen that for myself. I've only got to look at you to see the difference.
Oh, it doesn't mean we think any less of you. We need you both. It'd just be better if you worked together. It'd help Nick and I even more.
Yes, you're right. Oh, I've been silly. I'm sorry. I will try. But
no buts.
All right. I promise.
Thanks, Mum.
It's not just me to blame, though, you know. I hope Caroline Bates is getting a good talking to as well.
Yes.
They're late? Perhaps they're not coming.
You hope.
Look, I'm here, aren't I?
What's the point if you've got no commitment to it? You get yourself off home. Me and Rachel will take care of it.
Seeing as we don't know what's going to happen, I doubt that very much. Look, if they're not here in 5 minutes, I reckon we should just call it all off.
Look, here they are. This'll be them.
I'm sorry, Nick. I shouldn't have said anything to Tony Charlton.
Well, then why did you?
Because he happened to call round, so I thought I might as well mention it.
Anyway, it's just as well I did, because Elizabeth had obviously given him completely the wrong impression.
Well, you didn't do much better.
I didn't say much.
Well, that's not what Tony Charlton said. Honestly, Mum, whatever Mrs. Feldman says, you just say the opposite.
She nitpicks all the time. I can feel her eyes looking for dust. She makes me feel like I'm back at school trying to get 10 out of 10 for domestic science. It's ridiculous.
You're right, it is. Because you've no need to feel like that. Look, we all know what a good job you've been doing round here. And so does Elsa's mum.
Do you think so?
I know so. Look, you and Mrs. Feldman have helped us no end, and we're both very, very grateful. But it would be even better if you weren't at each other's throats all the time.
I think we're a little bit more subtle than that, Nick.
Oh, come on, Mum, just cut it out altogether.
OK, I'll try, I promise. But oh...
Elsa's talked to her mum as well this evening.
Where are we going then, mate?
You'll see when we get there.
Why can't you tell us now?
Look, I don't know you from Adam. If it wasn't for her, you wouldn't be here at all.
Yeah, well, I am here now, aren't I? So why don't you tell us what we're doing?
What you're doing is keeping quiet and waiting until we tell you.
Now, look here!
Michael, shh, you promised.
Michael, shut up, will you?
Where we are?
Where?
At Bennett's place where Zoe works.
Look, I don't like this. I think we should get out of here as soon as we can.
You didn't want to come in the first place, Michael.
Look, we can't get involved. We don't know what's going on here. I warned you.
Stop going on, will you?
Look, what are we doing here? I thought we were going up to the laboratory.
The vet for the laboratory.
Who, Bennett?
Yes, he makes sure the animals are healthy before they start experimenting on them. Now, come on, get going. Move on.
Look, Rach, I don't like this. What happens if Zoe's working late?
She won't be.
We should just get out of here now. Come on, Rachel. Oh, look, this is madness. Come on.
Oh, what's that? What do you think it is?
All right, that's it. Come on.
I don't think we gave him away.
Oh, how could we? We didn't know where we were going. I expect someone just sort of ample up and rank police.
Do you know what I can't help thinking?
Yeah, we shouldn't have come, I agree.
No. But Zoe must have known something about it.
What, the laboratory?
Yeah, maybe they're in it together. Zoe and Bennett.
Oh, don't be daft. She wouldn't be involved.
Look, she must have known. If Bennett had some dealings with the laboratory, she must have.
Look, I know I'm off Zoe at the moment, but she wouldn't be involved in cruelty to animals. I mean, she was the one who set us off on all this hair coursing thing in the first place. She just wouldn't do it, Archie.